When Fleabag ended its run on the 8th of April 2019, fans all around the world were left emotional, satisfied, and a little heartbroken. Phoebe Waller-Bridge's story had always been sharp, funny, brutally honest, and painfully real. Across 2 seasons, the character of Fleabag had gone through heartbreak, family mess, love, guilt, and even a deep connection with a priest that changed her forever. So, when the final episode of the 2nd season arrived, viewers wanted answers about what her ending meant. Why did the wedding of her father and godmother still happen despite the chaos? Why did Claire finally take control of her life? Why was the golden statue so important? And most importantly, why did Fleabag end her story by waving goodbye to us and walking away alone? The finale, like the rest of the show, was not about a perfect, happy ending. It was about truth, acceptance, and moving forward. Let's break down the last episode of Fleabag in detail and explain what it all meant. The wedding that had been building up throughout the season finally takes place. Fleabag's father marries her godmother, despite the uneasy relationships that surround them. The day starts with preparations, family nerves, and everyone trying to keep it together. Fleabag still has the golden statue that was stolen, returned, and fought over many times throughout the show. She decides to bring it as a wedding gift, even though it had been used as a symbol of control and manipulation. By giving it back, she thinks she is offering peace. The ceremony is filled with awkwardness and tension, but it also gives space for some honest moments. Fleabag spends time supporting her father, who is anxious about the decisions he has made. He is nervous about marrying the godmother, but goes through with it anyway. The wedding setting becomes the backdrop for many family confrontations and decisions, tying together storylines that had been left open for a long time. One of the biggest emotional moments comes from Claire, Fleabag's sister. Claire has been stuck in a toxic marriage with Martin, a man who constantly manipulates, insults, and belittles her. Throughout the series, viewers have seen her struggle between staying with him out of habit or fear and finding the courage to leave. She finally admits the truth about her miscarriage, something she had been hiding. The lie that kept her tied to Martin is broken, and she makes the bold choice to end her marriage. During the wedding day itself, she pushes Martin away and decides to chase her own happiness. For Claire, that happiness is Claire, her Finnish colleague with whom she had earlier shared an emotional connection. By running after Claire, Claire finally chooses a future that is not controlled by shame or fear. This decision also strengthens her bond with Fleabag, as the sisters share a more honest and supportive moment than they had in a long time. The golden statue also plays a huge role in the finale. This small object, which seemed like just a piece of art at first, had been passed around, stolen, and argued over across both seasons. At the wedding, Fleabag gives it back to her godmother as a peace offering, but then she learns something that changes everything. The godmother reveals that the statue originally belonged to Fleabag's late mother. Suddenly, the statue is no longer just a weapon in a family fight. It becomes a symbol of Fleabag's grief and her connection to her mother. This revelation adds deep meaning to the object. It is no longer about control. It is about memory, loss, and holding on to the past. By the end of the wedding, Fleabag decides to keep the statue with her once again. What once represented rebellion now becomes something personal and sacred, a way for her to stay connected to her mother's memory. But the heart of the finale is Fleabag's relationship with the priest. Throughout season 2, their connection had grown into something powerful and undeniable. The chemistry between them was real, and for the first time, Fleabag allowed herself to feel love without hiding behind jokes or self-destruction. In the final episode, after the wedding, Fleabag and the priest meet at a bus stop. This is where the most emotional scene of the series happens. Fleabag confesses her love to him. He admits he loves her too. But here's the heartbreaking twist. He chooses God over her. He cannot walk away from his faith, even though he clearly wants to be with her. It is one of the most painful but realistic moments in the series, because it shows that love does not always win. Sometimes choices, beliefs, and life paths matter more than feelings. For Fleabag, this is devastating, but it is also part of her growth. She does not fight it, she does not beg him to stay, and she does not collapse. Instead, she accepts it. Their quiet goodbye is full of emotion, respect, and sadness. It is not a dramatic fight. It is an honest moment where two people admit their love, but also admit that it cannot last. After the priest leaves, Fleabag is left alone at the bus stop with the golden statue. She holds it close, showing that she has chosen to keep it as a symbol of memory rather than conflict. Then comes the final and most iconic moment of the show. She looks directly at us, the audience, breaking the fourth wall one last time. This time, she does not make a joke or share a secret. She simply waves goodbye and walks away. And for the first time, the camera does not follow her. We do not see where she goes or what happens next. The message is clear: her story with us is over. This ending is powerful because it is not about giving fans what they might have expected. Many viewers wanted Fleabag and the priest to end up together, but the show was never about a fairy tale ending. It was about growth, healing, and moving forward after grief and mistakes. By walking away alone, Fleabag shows that she does not need us anymore. In the first season, she relied on us as her escape, her secret keepers, her way of dealing with pain. By the end, she has learned to stand on her own. She no longer needs to explain herself or hide behind her asides. That final wave goodbye is her letting go of us, just as much as she is letting go of the priest. So, the wedding goes ahead as planned. Claire finds her courage and leaves Martin for good. The golden statue transforms into a symbol of family and memory instead of control. And Fleabag, after confessing her love and losing it, accepts that some things cannot be forced. Her final act of walking away alone is not about loneliness. It is about independence. It shows that she is ready to move forward into a future that is hers alone, without relying on us or anyone else to guide her. This bittersweet finale is what makes Fleabag so unforgettable. It gives closure without tying everything up in a neat bow. It gives hope without pretending life is easy. It leaves us emotional, satisfied, and grateful for the journey we shared with her. Phoebe Waller-Bridge ended the series exactly where it needed to end, and that is why the finale continues to be praised as one of the best TV endings of all time.